Here tonight, a critical piece of Tampa history is on the brink of collapse. But earlier today, Tampa City leaders committed to doing anything in their power to save the historic Jackson House. It was once a safe haven for African Americans during the Jim Crow era and segregation. 10 Tampa Bay's Eric Glasser gives you a closer look at the hurdles that are still ahead and the options that supporters are now considering.
There was a time when the historic Jackson House was in danger of collapsing because there wasn't enough money to keep it standing. Today, the family foundation that owns the property said it's not finances, but rather a dispute with neighboring property owners that's keeping them from renovating the house.
It's really a community treasure that tells not only the story of the people who stayed there, but also the story of segregation.
During segregation, the Jackson House hosted musicians like Ella Fitzgerald, Cab Calloway, Ray Charles, and James Brown. But to restore the house to what it once was, city leaders were told the zero lot line structure needs 14 feet of easement on one side and a 36-foot easement on the other to meet code. But so far, the company that owns the parking lot property surrounding the house has been unwilling to sell.
We need the easement bad. If you can't get the property, they won't budge on the easement. What do we do now?
Today, members of the CRA board started throwing around terms like eminent domain, but the board's attorney warned that has challenges.
Whatever legal options we have from a monetary perspective, let's get it done.
Today's presentation included the first renderings of what might one day stand here, a museum highlighting Tampa's African-American culture along what was once a thriving Central Avenue.
Let us preserve the little bit of history that's left in that area.
More than once today, members of the CRA staff urged board members to avoid discussing the roadblock of obtaining the surrounding land needed to move forward with the renovation, saying they had just re-engaged in negotiations. But if that falls through again, board members say they want plans and options in place when the board meets again in November, since time is clearly of the essence. In Tampa, Eric Glasser, 10 Tampa Bay.
And this restoration is expected to cost a little more than $4 million. The Jackson House Foundation has received about $3 million in commitments from both public and private groups. That includes the Vinnick Family Foundation, the state of Florida, and also a Hillsborough County Historic Preservation Grant.